Alrighty, hello every folks, and good morning. Welcome to another Synergy of the Day. So today we are going to be talking about the fun combination between a Gryphon and a Warlock. So both of them have kind of oddly specific issues. Warlocks have a bunch of oddly specific spells that typically are, well, going to be outclassed by other stuff that's around. For example, usually you'd end up using a Songstress, using something like an Escalating Sonnet, to give everybody their renewal at the start of a match instead of kind of keeping stuff going later on. However, one of those interesting things is that one of your abilities on your Warlocks is to throw regeneration out at long range. When the hell would you need this unless you were sniping somebody for later? You know, typically if you're going and getting, say, I don't know, 10 regenerations at pretty much at the same cost of just doing one, like, what gives? Why is that there? Well, this leads to a fun synergy between the Gryphon and the Warlock there. So Gryphons benefit a lot from unusual things. They're not exactly a gigantic heavy hitter in and of themselves, but they can use their really high movement to pick up a decent amount of cards to make them turn into a heavy hitter in their own right. They don't start off crazy strong, but they are able to make that all happen. So for example, a couple of Fizz Up cards, a crit card, and they're basically laughing, shredding stuff with their wind shot. Not to mention, through their really high bulk, they're typically going to be a really good unit at distracting a lot of things at once. But one of the problems is that, yeah, they're a bit difficult to heal. If you use your healers or anything other than selves, they're usually going to have a bit of a harder time keeping themselves up and running. Which leads to that interesting synergy, because you can basically use a Warlock to continuously supply regeneration to a Gryphon here, to continuously keep harassing stuff in the front line, to more or less keep well, just about everything occupied. You really don't have to worry about very much when this Gryphon's just up there causing everyone's day to suck. Now, this ends up working particularly well because if, for example, you take a Gryphon and you give them something like the Firecrest, you now have a case where this guy's going to be going insanely fast, going to be getting their turns pretty darn quick, can basically keep themselves sustained through a combination of Blood Siphon crits as well as their just passive regeneration. And bear in mind, whenever their regeneration goes and does its thing, it's effectively going to be anywhere from 3 to 900 health per round, depending on the speed of your Gryphon. It's pretty nutty how far that can go. Again, 285 with every tick, and this is the worst possible Gryphon that you can possibly have. Again, this is that same save file where I've just been stubbornly refusing to accept any stats on anybody, and yeah, the dude still absolutely slaps. Honestly, as this guy, if it weren't for something like the Ice Lich in the back, this guy probably would be one of the most potent hitters on the team right now whenever he's going and landing his crits. Anyway, just a fun little synergy, a fun little use case for long-range regeneration that might have potentially been missed, just something to keep in mind. Anyway, y'all have yourselves a good one, and take care.